Hey Leo, Amanda here. Welcome to Unseen Hands Healing. This is your mid-June reading. That's Coconut back there. I'm dog sitting, so we've got a little extra help today. I'm choosing the Next World Tarot for these readings because I felt like with the new moon in Gemini reading that I did in the beginning of June, so make sure you go back and check that out if you haven't or you need a refresher. I really felt like this moon cycle is an opening, a portal into a rebirth, into a new way of being out in the world. And so the Next World Tarot seems like it has the message for us as we move into this new space. And let me tell you, so far the readings for mid-June have been really intense, and yours is no different in a really beautiful way. It's just a lot of really big energy. So here already we've got 3 major arcana cards right off the bat. This is like overarching, zoomed out major life energy here. And so we've got 3 cards that are going to talk about that for you for this process mid-June. At the end of the reading, I am going to take clarifying cards to get more specific. So if this reading is resonating with you, stick around towards the end. And I'll tell you how you can get some deeper insight. So first off, we start with the World. This is the final card in the whole journey of the major arcana. We end here with the World. All right, card number 21. The World, what's really sticking out to me about this card, the World is about endings and new beginnings. So because it's that last card in the whole journey of the major arcana, we get to the end, and pardon the noise outside, it's just way too hot here in Philly to close the window. So once we get to the end of that major arcana journey, it's a pretty big ending. This feels like a very big ending for you, Leo. I'm looking here at this person's face. They have their hand over their heart. It's almost like they're looking at you saying, oh yeah. They've got major empathy for what it means to let go of what you need to let go of here at the end of your cycle. This is a really big closing out for you. Something is ending, but something else is beginning. So while there is this gesture of like, ooh, I'm with you, I understand this is hard energy on your heart to close out this cycle, there's so much new energy blooming. There's those roses right behind this person ready to bloom. All right, there's a flag that's got lots of bright colors of victory. There's also swirling through this, the snake eating its tail. Can you see that? The head of the snake is right here on this loop. These life cycles are endless. The snake eating its own tail is a continuing cycle of transformation. And that's what's happening here. But I'm telling you, this feels like a big one. There are many cycles like that we go through in our lives, big endings, big chapters closing and a whole new book starting. This is one of them for you, and it's pretty massive. We move into the Star. This is a card of healing, of hope, of having faith. This is a card of destiny and fulfillment. It's a lovely energy coming off of this card. And there's, as you can see, there's lots of butterflies. Lots of butterflies flying up. But I'm drawn to this one caterpillar here that is building the cocoon. See that? Right in that corner. One caterpillar. All these other butterflies are flying. There's this one caterpillar about to go into the cocoon. And Leo, I think that is you. I really do, for some of you. Maybe some of you are ready to close out that chapter and emerge from the cocoon. But it does feel to me, especially with the moon card coming out next, that you are closing out this chapter. You're really feeling the weight of that ending, and you are now that caterpillar that says, okay, the caterpillar phase of my life cycle is now over. I must crawl into this cocoon. And you know this about the caterpillar's journey into a butterfly. They crawl into this cocoon and willingly enter a space where they are going to digest themselves in their own juices in order to completely shift their DNA and emerge an entirely different creature. It's insane to me. And I heard somewhere, it may have been on Lindsay Mack's podcast, highly recommend, by the way, Wild Soul Healing, Tarot for the Wild Soul. Definitely check out that podcast. I've learned a lot from Lindsay over the years of doing tarot, but I think it was her that mentioned that before the caterpillar goes into the cocoon, some caterpillars have actually shown signs of fear and signs of resistance, signs of being afraid to go into that space, which makes perfect sense, because why would you willingly want to go into a space that's going to be painful, where your body essentially starts eating itself and breaking down everything that you are down into your basic cellular matter, which then has a complete genetic blueprint shift, and the cells start doing something else to reform you out of the primordial soup again. So much primordial soup in these readings, into an entirely new creature. Now it's worth it in the end, because you become a butterfly. You become this beautiful, radiant being who can now fly, who has completely different access to the world than you did before as this caterpillar. But going into that cocoon, that is a tough choice. And I'm feeling like for some of you, this choosing to end that chapter and go into that cocoon and to emerge something else entirely, this is a hard choice. There's a lot of fear here, and you know, I'm with you. I'm with this person here with the compassion for you. I feel that. I really do. It is not easy. And then we finish out with the moon card. This is you in the cocoon, Leo. This is you in that cocoon. And lately when I've been pulling this card, I'm really drawn to the bird that's perched on this person's knee as she's looking up into the sky, looking at the stars. They're both looking up. So it's like birds often represent the spirit. So this is you and your spirit in the dark of night with nothing but the pull, the gravity of the moon, the gravity of your emotions, of your inner cycles of renewal and transformation, of your intuition. This is a moment where all you really have to go by is your intuition and your spirit. So when you're in that cocoon, it's dark in there, you can't see, you have no access to what's going on in the outside world. So all you can do is kind of go back to that basic essence of who you are. I think in this moon card, you're finding your spirit, perhaps for the first time, because you know, when we go through transformation processes like the one the caterpillar goes through, where everything, at the very fabric of everything we've known has to break down. It's in those times where we discover who we really are at our soul, at that soul level, because that's the flame that is never extinguished. I'm taking a class on asteroid goddesses right now, and I'm diving into Vesta. So I've got that imagery in me of the flame that must never be extinguished, because it represents our very essence, our very soul. our very being. Sorry about that, Leo. Had a little technical difficulties. The phone is doing interesting things today. As I was saying, in this process of breaking everything down that the caterpillar goes through, I imagine that at the end of the day, all it really has is the very essence of its being. You know, and if we can allow some anthropomorphizing for a moment, when we are in that cocoon, we are breaking down everything that we have known up until this point. This massive cycle is ending. Everything's breaking down. It's in that moment when we find, oh wait, there is still something here. Even though I'm reduced to nothing but my own cellular, basic soup, there's still a flame that is never extinguished. There's still a flame that is here. And it's from that you rebuild the new DNA, the new sequences to create this new creature who can now fly. So when you're in the moon energy here, after this cycle closes out for you, Leo, and you find yourself in the moon energy, in that cocoon, really have compassion for yourself and just let it all break down. Don't resist it. Don't try to fight that. Just let it all break down. And really all you have to do, as everything breaks down with this old cycle, all you have to do is look for that flame. When you go to sleep at night and you lay down and everything's quiet and you close your eyes and you're finally just with yourself, listen with all of your senses. See if you can feel that flame, because that's what you're going to use to rebuild. And that is eventually what's going to be the thing that allows you, over some time, after some time passes, to break out of that cocoon and fly as a totally new being. Because again, with the world, it's a big ending, but it assures a massive beginning. A massive new beginning. So Leo, I am going to take this into the extended. If you'd like to join me there, great. There's a link below that you can click. Follow me over to Vimeo, and we'll get into this more specifically for you. If not, if this is where I leave you, then thank you so much for joining me. If this video resonated with you, please do like, share, and subscribe to stay tuned to the energies as we move forward into July. Good luck, Leo.